Well, no doubt about it that I'm being ignored, and I'm talking about the powers that be. Maybe to a certain degree, I'm being ignored by the public and society as well. I expect that, but this is kind of like a you love me or hate me kind of topic that I'm bringing up. So you either strongly disagree or you strongly agree. Um, so anyway, since time is of the essence, and being loving and tender-hearted and caring and forgiving hasn't really gotten me anywhere. Maybe like in front of the UN Council or something like that, or at least arrested, I mean, I have to go ahead and point the finger and say, yeah, some people at the Pentagon aren't doing their job, or CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, they're not doing their job, but maybe they fear me. I don't know. No one should really have any reason to fear me. You could fear my mouth, you could fear my tongue. Things I say you might fear. Me, I'm not going to hurt you. It won't be me that hurts you. Maybe my words. Um, so, when people hate listening, it's labeled as hate speech, um, generally. I'm not saying there is no such thing as hate speech, because obviously there is, but a lot of times when people speak the truth and everybody hates listening to it, they'll just call it hate speech. Anyway, I digress. So, I need to go ahead and shoot this out real quick. It's a little fuel on the fire because I'm not getting anywhere fast enough. So, something that never dawned on anybody. Anybody, seems like ever. And if it did, maybe it's the wise man saith little. We never heard of that guy. And I wish I could be in that situation, but I have the weight of my Heavenly Father on my shoulders right now, actually. And that's my own fault. But it makes the weight of the world like helium. So your problems are soon not going to be mine anymore. I'm kind of I'm passing the buck, you know. The blood on my hands will soon be on yours for this not being known by everybody on the planet. So everybody will end up having blood on their hands, or everybody won't, sooner or later, the right person will hear this and maybe even be stressed a little bit. So it's um, do unto others as you would have done to you. Let's start with that one. Now there's different translations to that, but it's all pretty much, doesn't matter what Bible, you get the point. But what point do you get? Everybody has a different point that they get off of that, maybe, because when Jesus spoke, Christ, Yeshua, HaMashiach, spoke, the slain lamb who has risen, the truth, the way, the life. When he spoke, it had so many layers to it, and most people don't recognize that one as being a very dangerous one. And I'm trying to warn the whole world of this. It seems like no one's ever really gotten this one. Most people will say, oh, that means don't do something to somebody that they don't want done to them. Right. Don't do something to someone that if they don't want it done to them. There's one example. But also, don't do something to someone that you wouldn't want done to you. Now that's another one. But it's kind of almost like the Daniel 3. You should read that, you throw someone into the furnace, expect to be incinerated. Daniel 3. Read it. You throw someone in the furnace, expect it to be you that's incinerated. Do unto others as you would have done to you, If you want love, you better learn to love. If you want forgiveness, you better learn to forgive. If you want to hate, you're going to be hated. If you want to kill, you're going to be killed. And so there's where we're at. I'm trying to warn everybody, How many militaries follow this? None of them. Not one single military ever existed. But here's the thing. Judges, lawyers, police officers, you're in that same boat. How long have you been doing to others things you would not want done to you? You see how corrupt and crooked this world has gotten? It's a world full of the Antichrist spirit. And I'm not talking about the false Christ, the false Messiah. You know, there's so much you don't know, guys. You set a snare for someone, it'll be you that's trapped. You dig a hole for someone, it's you that will fall in the pit. And there's so much you guys just don't know.